Hi and welcome to the flip through and unboxing of the Tarot of Trees. So this is the Tarot of Trees 5th edition. It's from 2021 and you can find this on the, I got this from the Etsy shop, the Druid's Garden. But if you look up the Tarot of Trees on Etsy, you'll definitely find it. I'll link it in the description box too. So I got this earlier in February, I think, and there was some weird little hiccups that have nothing to do with the creator of this deck, but it was Etsy's fault and my payment didn't go through, so I messaged her, everything seemed fine on her end, and then about a month later I got an email from Etsy saying that, oops, it was our fault, so they actually paid the creator on my behalf, and I already got a refund from Etsy because it said that my payment didn't go through. So I sort of got this deck for free, but the creator still got paid. So that's good. Because if it wasn't the case, I already said to her, then like send me your PayPal so I can pay through PayPal, but everything is already good. So the creator, by the way, is Dana O'Driscoll. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm from the Netherlands. So like I said, I purchased this in February. I had to send to a friend in the US, in Texas, because we were doing some sort of foreign like snack exchange. So I sent her a bunch of Dutch snacks and then she sent me a bunch of American snacks, because the shipping for this is like 25 euros. And that is normal for Etsy shops to have that as their shipping price for decks to the Netherlands. But to my friend in Texas, it was only 5 euros. So, and then her shipping the entire package with all the snacks to me was like $10 or something like that. So yeah, I'm really happy that I did that. So I finally got it in yesterday and I'm so excited. This is definitely like, this is the mini version of this deck, because the bigger version, I have mobility issues in my hands and I know that I wouldn't be able to shuffle that. So this is what the backs of the cards look like. I already shuffled it because I wanted to know how it shuffles, and it shuffles pretty great. So the cardstock is, I guess you could say that it's like rose petally. It's definitely matte, but it has a little bit of a gloss to it, but not too much. So it's definitely not like super gloss. It's definitely not glossy, but yeah, I'm gonna put this back into order and then we're gonna do the flip through. So to compare the size of this, I'll put the dimensions on the screen right now because I don't really know them. I'll put them in inches and centimeters. So this is the back. This is standard tarot size. It's my Dreaming Way tarot. So it's definitely like, yeah. So it's definitely shorter and thinner. So yeah, I do like it. I do sort of like the size, I think. I would have loved for this to be just like, there be an in-between size between the huge cards and these small cards. However, I do like this. I think it makes it easier to handle this. So this would be like a great deck, like once I've gotten to know it, to sort of bring with me. So I first want to show you through the major arcana, because there's something that I think is extremely special about the minor arcana that I want to highlight. So this is the Tarot of Trees. So the main character here are trees, or characters. So I think that it is something truly special in this deck, that we can get something so intuitive from tree energy. And I think this is a deck that I don't have anything like in my collection. Here you see like the bigger tree and then guiding over or giving advice or governing these smaller trees here. And I think that even though it's trees and it's not people, it's not animals, it's not something that everybody can connect to. And I don't even necessarily connect with trees in like real life, but in this way, I love it. I love it in this deck. I definitely do feel connected to it, and I love the artwork. I love what they've done. What the creator has done with this. Look at this, the strength card. This doesn't just require physical strength, but mental strength as well, emotional strength, even though it's a tree, but you can sort of see this tree struggling. Like nature can struggle. And even though I'm not necessarily saying that nature and plants have emotions, because I don't know the science of that, but I definitely, in this artwork, it has. And I think it's gorgeous. So let me just try to catch my breath because I'm still sick. This one is a little bit jarring to me, the inverted tree. It's like upside down. Like, I get it, it's the hanged one, but I don't know. And this one, this deck, it doesn't come with a guidebook. You have to purchase a large book separately, and I didn't want to do that because that was pretty pricey. And it was just another thing that my friend would have to send to me. So I hope that she's coming out with, or their, I don't know their pronouns. I'm just gonna go with they because I think that's safest. That I hope they're coming out with a digital one. Maybe they already have and I just didn't see it. So peaceful, like that is gorgeous. This landscape is like what I would like as a tattoo. Not necessarily in this art style because it doesn't really go with my tattoos, but I love that idea of the mountains and I love it. The landscape, the nature. Of course, there have to be sunflowers. I love sunflowers in my sun card. I really like that. There's so much here. And I'm not going to highlight on everything just because I do feel sick. And I don't want you to be here with my sick voice throughout like an hour-long video. Okay, now we're going to get into the minor arcana. And usually you would see the wands suit first. But they have done, what the creator has done, is that for every suit, they have a specific season. And you can see it in the landscape, and you can see it in the colors and in nature. So I absolutely love that. So we're starting with spring because that's the first season, like the first new whole season in a year, and it's the season that we're currently in. So we have the suit of cups, which is the season of spring, and we have all of these bright colors, and it's definitely not looking like this yet here in the Netherlands. Here you can still see some snowy mountaintops here, showing that it's slowly getting warmer and that there's new life here. So I love how the creator has done this. Like, I did not know that I would be able to connect with a tarot about trees, but I do, and I feel connected to these images. I feel connected to the artwork. I love her art, her style, the emotions sort of behind it. Like, this is a little jarring because I think this is the only card where you can really see a human figure in the tree. Like, yeah, that's a little jarring, but I sort of get it with like the meaning of the card, but it's still a little weird. This is so cute. This reminds me, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I just talked about my Avatar tarot in another video. But this reminds me of an arch of a town where there's an episode of Avatar. Yeah, it reminds me of that arch. I don't know, yeah. Okay, so now we have the court cards, and those are a little weirdish, I guess. Here we can definitely see like some woo-woo, romantic, like almost hippie sort of person is what I would associate with this. Queen of Cups here, like allowing herself to grow sort of differently so that there's room for emotions, though whether they are her own or someone else's. And then the King of Cups. And then we get into the suit of Wands, and this is the summer, the season of summer. And then we get a really more blue skies and more brighter colors. So that is what I really like about the suit of Wands. And this is definitely a suit in most tarot decks that I strongly connect with because I am a fire sign, I am a fire sun sign, I'm a Leo sun, and I also have a fire moon sign, I'm an Aries moon. So I don't know, really, I do really connect with the Wands suit in most decks, but I can really appreciate that this is very much an earth energy deck because of trees, because of nature, and I love that. I love that sort of balance in my decks, that even though this is about earth, it's about nature, it's very much an earth elemental energy based deck, but you can still vibe with this no matter what sign you are, no matter what sort of energy you embody. So now we get into the swords. I love the colors of these, okay, because they are fall colors. Look at this, look at that, look at the sky. I love that. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so what I also like about this, and I've seen some people say that they don't like this, but it looks so dramatic with the blood here, and it's like it's a tree, so there can't be blood, and I see some people be a little bit averse by it, but I think it gives it another layer, and we see that in a couple of other cards as well, especially in the sword suit. Wow, in the sword suit. And the reason that I think it goes really well with it is because I feel like it's so dramatic that sometimes we tend to feel like overly dramatic, not only about the meaning of the cards, about the cards themselves. No, because we have it here in the Ten of Swords. We see this as such a dramatic card, and then they made it extra dramatic. Like, what? It's bleeding. It's a tree. A tree cannot bleed, but it gives us this feeling that maybe we are being a little bit too dramatic about how low of a point this is. Yeah, sure, the Ten of Swords, it can indicate, you know, being at a very low point, but how much of that is actually the situation, and how much of it is how bad you are making it in your mind to be, because it is the sword suit. It is about in your mind, and that is definitely what this card brought up in me as soon as I saw it. So that is sort of my interpretation on that card. And then we get into the court cards. Again, the beautiful colors. Ooh, it's a sword in a rock. Reminds me of that. There's a fairy tale. It's like, is the King of Swords strong enough to pull it out, or is it guarding it, or is it using, like, I don't know, the sword air elemental energies to get the sword out? I don't know. So now we get into the Suit of Pentacles, and this is winter. Winter, definitely not my favorite season. I'm definitely a summer girl because I love the warmth. I thrive in the summer in like 30-degree heat, and that is 30 degrees Celsius. And then we have like the more purplish, wintry, darker colors. And I like that because it's like, this is more about our materials, our financial side of life. And that is something that is very controversial, you know. It's like, don't talk about your finances. A lot of people struggle financially, and people are ashamed of it. So it's something that is not really seen. So I don't know, I like that they made this deck, this suit in darker colors. Like, look at that. I think it's gorgeous. And I think that there is so much meaning behind all of these cards, behind the artwork, behind the deck and the suits as a whole. And if you have anything that I did not say that I missed maybe, or that you are picking up on intuitively, definitely let me know in the comments down below, because I wanna know all the things. So now we get into the court cards of the Pentacle suit, Queen and King. And this is not all, because there are 2 extra cards, and we have Roots and Regeneration. I don't know if I'm gonna keep these in, or if I'm gonna read with them, because I feel like Roots sort of could be similar to like the Six of Cups, maybe to like going back to your roots, going back to what you've known like before from your childhood, sort of reconnecting with that. Regeneration, I don't really know if there's a card that is similar, maybe the Death card, but it's definitely, this one definitely looks a lot more uplifting than the Death card. So yeah, let me get everything back. And I already showed you how I shuffled it, but let me just shuffle it again, because now I've put it back in order. Because at first I didn't want to do this in order, but then I realized, oh, but all of the minor arcana are in the season, so it makes sense to show them together. And these are, for me, pretty impossible to riffle shuffle. Like, they are so stiff. Like, no, I cannot do that. So this, for me, is an overhand shuffle. And I do like the pile shuffle to bond with the deck. So I just do the piles like that. And then I take each pile, I shuffle that, and then put a couple of piles together, and, you know, that way. So I'm gonna do that off screen. Let me show you the backs again, because I really like them, and they are reversible if you read reversals. I definitely do, though when I am just getting a deck, I tend to not start immediately with the reversal. So let me actually see what the box said, because I didn't even say that. The Tarot of Trees is an 80-card colorful tarot deck that features classical tarot symbolism through the theme of trees. The deck features a seasonal approach to the minor arcana and unique interpretations of the major arcana, and to the forest through the Tarot of Trees. I love that. So, and I might like create my own, not necessarily a guidebook, but a separate, let me zoom out again. a separate card meaning sheet for this deck, just because I think it is a little bit different. However, speaking of that, I do have a tarot card meaning sheet. I'll put it up on the screen. And you can download that for free, or it's like a pay what you want, but you can get it for free on my Ko-fi shop. I'll put the link in the description box below. You can get it in A4 as well as in US letter size. It is double-sided, or you can just print 2 pages if that's easier for you. I really like the double-sided, and it comes in this like pretty lavender shade, but it is light enough that if you print it black and gray, then it will work too. So let's put it back in the sleeve. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in the sleeve. It sort of feels like whenever I get like an indie deck, I don't want to throw away anything from the packaging because indie decks are so expensive. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed my flip through of the Tarot of Trees. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this deck. If you like it, if you hate it, because I definitely get that this is like a very different sort of deck that not a lot of people might vibe with, but still you're here, you clicked on this video, you knew what kind of a flip through it was, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the links in the description box below. Those will take you either to my Ko-fi page or my Etsy shop. And if you want to see more videos on tarot flip throughs, tarot chats, pick a card readings, all of that fun stuff, definitely subscribe to this channel because I do those all the time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.